All right, hold on. Ooh, slideshow. From current slide, not like I screwed it up last time. Okay. So where we left off, recessive is the little letter. Anytime you hear recessive, you are using little letters. Recessive is only going to show when it's paired with another little letter. If it is paired with a big letter, the recessive is not going to show. The little letter will always lose in the fight. It's never going to show. Sex-linked is the other type, and it is carried on these sex chromosomes. Another key thing with sex-linked is it always affects more males than females. So more males are affected by sex-linked sex-linked traits than females are. Okay. So if you take a look at this is our lovely Punnett square. Key thing about this is that on the EOC, they are not going to draw the Punnett square for you because they are going to assume that you are going to be able to know from the question that that's what you need to solve it. So just to get refreshed, though, I'm going to give you the Punnett square for some of these, but for the practice ones in your packet, you will not be given the Punnett square. You've got to know that you have to draw it. If you just guess it and you don't take the time to draw the Punnett square, you're going to get it wrong. I promise you. A lot of you did that on the test. I'm just kidding, but I'm not. Okay. So in guinea pigs, black hair, big B, is dominant to white hair, little b. If a heterozygous female black guinea pig, first things first, heterozygous. Hetero, if you look back in your notes, means different. She's going to have one big letter, one little letter, big B, little b. Cool, so we got the female figured out. She is crossed with a male white guinea pig. Look at the top. White, it literally tells you that it's a little letter. Little letter will only show, it will only be white if it is paired with another little letter. So, female, big B, little b. One letter goes in each of the eggs because you can only give off one of your traits. Little b, the male, goes in our sperm. And then we complete our square. So in this first box, we get our big B and our little b. Second box, we have two little b's. Third one, we have big B, little b. And fourth one, we have little b, little b. So it's asking you which genotype ratio is expected. You really just have to pair up or match up the options given to what you just got. So let's see, how many big B's are there? I look at all of my babies. That one's not big B, big B. That one's not big B, big B. That one's not big B, big B. Oh, there's only one answer choice that says 0 big B, big B. My answer is C. All right. There are some practice Punnett square questions in your packet. I highly suggest doing them and showing them to Miss McGrath because Punnett squares are tricky, especially if you haven't done it since quarter one. Definitely go back and go over them. Okay, pedigrees. Here are clues for pedigrees. First things first, it is dominant if it is in every generation. So if there is a shaded shape, a shape that's filled in every single generation, you know it's dominant. It is recessive if it skips a generation, or if there are carriers. If there are any shapes on there that are only half filled in, that's your clue, it's recessive. Next thing is sex-linked. If there are way more males that are affected than females, it is sex-linked. Key thing here, when we're counting how many females or how many males are affected, we do not count the carriers. We do not count the half-shaded ones. Autosomal is about equal girls and boys. That just means it's on a body chromosome. If you can't remember how to do both of these and you just remember how to figure out if it's sex-linked, your best guess is to guess sex-linked recessive. Sex-linked is almost never dominant. Okay, therefore, ignore this one over here. Do not write any of this down, but ignore this one because it's wrong, the sex-linked dominant. But our key things about recessive, what we're going to look for is the parents do not have it, but the babies do. If parents do not have it, but babies do, that's your clue, it's recessive. Okay, so let's try this one together. This is number 1 on your sheet. So first things first, is it dominant or recessive? Does it skip a generation, yes or no? Well, I see these parents have it, these babies have it, these babies have it, these parents have it, these babies have it, these babies have it. I know for a fact it is dominant because it's in every generation. Sex-linked or autosomal. How many boys are affected? I'm going to count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 males are affected. Let's count the females now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 males, 6 females. It's definitely not sex-linked. It is autosomal because they're roughly equal. Okay, what about this one? Dominant or recessive? Well, right off the bat, I see these parents do not have it, but their babies do. That is my clue that it is recessive. Sex-linked or autosomal? Let's see how many boys have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's only 1 female who has it. Way more males than females, so it must be sex-linked. All right, go ahead and try the 2 practice problems individually in your packet for pedigrees. Got one more section. Okay, mitosis, meiosis, our lovely cell division. You have a chart in your packet that you need to fill out to remember these. Key thing, mitosis is cell division that produces identical copies of cells. Meiosis, think meiosis creates me. It creates unique cells needed for sexual reproduction. Meiosis creates me. How many cells does it produce? Mitosis, 2 identical cells. Meiosis is different, 4 unique cells. Hopping down to what type of cells? Mitosis is our body cells. They are also called somatic. They are diploids because they have the same number of chromosomes at the end as the original cell had at the beginning. Meiosis is different. They're in gametes, which are our sex cells, which is why I say meiosis creates me, because sex cells were needed to create me. They are haploids because the cells at the end only have half the number of chromosomes. Okay? What is it used for in the body? Mitosis is used for repair and growth. So like if you get a cut on your arm, your skin has to do mitosis to create more skin. Meiosis is used to generate sex cells that are needed for sexual reproduction. They are what creates genetic variation. Okay, this diagram is also in your notes to show you cells start with 46 chromosomes. That's what makes a human, 46. We get 23 from mom, 23 from dad. The reason it goes from 46 to 92 at first is because, remember, DNA, the chromosomes, they have to replicate. They have to make a copy of themselves before they can divide. So we go from 46 to 92 because replication is happening. Write that down if you need to. Then mitosis, the cell divides. Each end cell has 46. Meiosis, a little bit different. Still DNA replicating at the beginning because we got to make a copy of that DNA. Then it divides not once, but twice. Meiosis has 2 rounds of cell division. The first round gets to 2 cells that have 46, but then we got to divide again so we get our haploids of 23 each. Okay. So, which process best describes meiosis? A, 1 round of DNA replication followed by 1 round of cell division. We know that's not true. B, 1 round of DNA replication followed by 2 rounds of cell division. If you take a look at the diagram I just went over, that is absolutely true. DNA replicates 1 time and divides twice in meiosis. Okay? Which statement correctly describes how mitosis and meiosis are similar? A, they both result in 2 daughter cells. That's not true because meiosis creates how many? 4. Get rid of A. B, they both create genetic diversity within a species. That one's not true either because mitosis creates identical cells. No, that is wrong. Cross off B. C, they both begin with DNA replicating a single time. Absolutely.